We aspire at CMC to provide a healing environment for our patients. Healing in the sense where they feel at home and safe, also although they are in a hospital. For our staff, we aim to have a safe environment where they can provide the care promptly, efficiently, and to attend to patient needs on time. My experience with Herman Miller dates from 16 years when we first started in CMC Beirut. Herman Miller helped in the design of the hospital, and this experience was repeated here in Dubai. What we like about partnering with Herman Miller is their people approach and their person approach. This is something we share.
Now, what we did with Herman Miller was design this project from bottom to top, and we need the patient to have a hotel experience in a hospital environment. So you're giving the patient the best medical care and the best symbiotic harmony which can be provided. Any coordination in construction is quite complicated, and people seem to forget that medical furniture is part of that complication. And this is one of the reasons why Herman Miller was designed into the design drawings even before construction. And during the actual construction, we had coordination meetings, weekly meetings, to make sure that structural supports in the walls were properly placed, the electrical provisions and data provisions were under every single station and workspace. This is quite important because on the closeout part of the project, if you want to do this retroactively, it will take too much time. And bringing in Herman Miller very early and having the dealer on site, which was ABC, on a consistent basis to sign off and approve every single finished area was critical. This was very important. It streamlined the work. They were very consistently to make sure everything was properly prepared before we actually hand over and start the installation.
What I really liked most about the Herman Miller approach to this project, its consultancy approach. It was new to all of us, but we worked together on finding best practices. We worked with their local distributor, Advanced Business Concept, to allow us to make sure the best is implemented throughout, whether it was in patient areas or in office areas.
The built-in flexibility within the Herman Miller systems is the key part here, because it does enable this symbiotic interaction with the patient. Like the patient, the caregivers, the entire environment is literally designed around that specific harmonic interaction. Usually you have bulky material and medical furniture, and the Compass changed that completely. What it did was it provided you a very, very smooth design in a medical space. So you could install a very, very wide system without taking much of the space, without feeling that it's going to make it cluttered. So that's one of the best parts, which really helped us have an aesthetic aspect, which is quite important in our model. The lab and the pharmacy. The idea of the automation systems in these areas is quite difficult because it's recurring technology. So what happens is we've got these systems with different tracks and different configurations, and you need to model around them. You need to build the actual equipment and the medical furniture around the automation. So the expertise of Herman Miller and their dealer here as ABC were instrumental in actually redesigning and repurposing these areas for these functions. The idea of the harmony that's created between the equipment and the furniture is the key process here.
The patients feel like they are not walking into a hospital, rather they are walking into a 5-star hotel, and they feel much more comfortable. It promotes their healing, allows them to feel that they are progressing in their care and that they're working together with the staff and getting better. The staff has loved the new space. It has allowed them to work together, to work as a team. It has allowed them to find places for comfort as well as take care of patients and privacy. The design of the nurses' stations is very spacious. It allows for functionality, allows for ergonomic suitability, as well as it's very aesthetic and very pleasing. They work together as a team because of the space. They're able to work electronically, digitally, as well as on paper. It also allows them the private space to work with their patients, and that promotes healing. It's very appealing to the patients to walk up to a nursing station that is not threatening, and it looks very homey to them. It also allowed the staff to have space for their own and to get some respite care away from everybody, to allow them to recoup and decrease burnout. That allows them to turn around and better serve their patients and promote healing. The supply carts are great because they're mobile, so they allow the staff to stock them well and allows to bring anything they need to the patient's bedside. So instead of running around going back and forth to get their supplies, they have everything right there and very handy and right at the patient's bedside.
The human-centered, research-driven Problem-solving approach is something that we share together in order to deliver the best patient experience for our people.